are you?
I'm good. I'm Autumn.
Nice to meet you.
What was your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. All right. Well, would you like to tell me a little bit about what brings you in today?
Yeah, so I'm kind of embarrassed to talk about my drug addictions, but I have some issues with addiction, and I've gotten clean in the past and relapsed several times, but I found out that I'm pregnant. And so I think that I want to give the baby up for adoption, and so I want to make sure that it's healthy and that I'm not hurting it. So I need to make sure that I get clean and stay clean.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me say there's absolutely no need to be embarrassed here. That's what we deal with all day, every day here at DECA. So don't be embarrassed. This is definitely a safe space. That's really wonderful that you're willing to give up that drug or your drug habit for the sake of the health of that baby. Um, have you explored any options with that? Have you looked into like adoption agencies?
Yeah, I mean, the dad's a total jerk, and I know that, like, I am not in the position where I can be raising a baby. Like, right now, I'm working 2 jobs and can barely pay rent, and I don't really talk to my family very much. My parents kicked me out, stopped talking to me once I relapsed the first time. So, yeah, I think adoption makes the most sense. Um,
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I don't want to have an abortion, and so since I don't want the baby, that's the next best thing. So, but I don't know. I've never been pregnant before, so I'm really nervous about the whole process. But I don't know. I want to be as good of a mom as I can, at least for the time that I have the baby.
Well, that's a really amazing and really selfless thing for you to do. We can definitely, as you progress through your treatment here, we can help put you into contact with different agencies, different social workers that could be able to help you with that. So
That would be great.
that's not necessarily what we're doing here today. I'm just checking in, getting a good idea of different things that we can help you with, but we will add that to the list. So
That
no
gives me
worries
peace of
there.
mind, though, because I am really nervous about, like, I don't even know how to go about finding people or how it works. If I just, like, give the baby up to an agency, or if I meet the parents, or, like, obviously we'll talk about all that later, but that gives me peace of mind that you think that you have some resources in mind that can help steer us in the right direction as I go further along.
Yeah, most definitely. And we can look into your different options. There's private adoptions, there's agencies that you can go through, so we can really get you in touch with people and figure out what's the best fit for you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about DECA real quick, and then we can kind of go from there and figure out which treatment plan you think might be the best for you. So we do offer both inpatient and outpatient treatment. For the inpatient, which I might recommend for you, you would have to come, you would have to stay. It's typically 90 days. You do a lot of, group therapy work, AA meetings or NA meetings in your case. And you can work one-on-one with a therapist. We make sure that we find someone that's a good fit for you. So I might recommend that one for you just because you are trying to get clean right away, especially with carrying a baby. I don't know, it might be a better idea just so we don't have to worry about relapse so much. If you were more interested in outpatient, we could definitely work with you on that. That would be something where you would just come in 2 to 3 times a week for a few hours. We can do group therapy, one-on-one therapy, things like that.
So I think the biggest concern that I have, you know, I don't have the money to pay for 90 days of therapy. Like, how would I be able to pay for, I would imagine an inpatient treatment is a lot more expensive. Do you have resources that could help with that? Because that's really the only, I think you're right. I know that I don't have the self-control right now, and I don't know, getting here alone was a really big thing and really hard just to even get, transportation. I had to find the right bus, and just, it can be really hard. I walk to work and stuff, and so, I have talked to my boss, and I work at a food chain, and so there are a lot of locations and they're always hiring. So I think that I would possibly be able to have a job if I had to take a hiatus. I think that they're would be a possibility for me to work after that. So that's good, because that's another issue is I don't have any money.
Do you have
But
health insurance?
I have just the standard, you know, like a little card. There's my card. I don't know. It's like my Medicaid or whatever. It's the basic. I pay like $5 a month or something for it, but
Okay, well, I can say that we do accept Medicaid. Um,
doesn't matter.
so we can definitely work with you on that. A lot of times insurances will cover that, especially since you are pregnant right now. You're going to be a mother. Even if you do plan on giving your child up for adoption, you are still considered a mother right now. So we can definitely look at that for you, figure out the financial standpoints of it.
Okay.
I think definitely I understand money being a barrier that you're worried about. Of course, I totally understand that. But to me, it definitely sounds like the inpatient might be something that you might be a little more, or might be a little bit better for you, a little bit more successful.
Okay.
You said that you've gotten treatment before.
Yeah, I went to one facility when I lived in Cheyenne, and I did outpatient therapy
Okay.
when I went by myself, but I went to a private facility that my parents paid for the first time. And that went, I did an inpatient therapy there, and that went well, but I just have a hard time of, it's not necessarily getting clean. I have the like once I have the motivation and I'm on the roll of like I want to get clean, it's just sustaining that is harder in the long term. So yeah, but I have done one inpatient before and one outpatient, so I understand how generally they work, but since I've never paid for an inpatient treatment before, I'm a little just, I don't know, it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think that, you know, I feel like I don't really have anyone else at this point. Like I don't have contact with the father or my family or anything like I mentioned. So I feel like the support system that you get with being an inpatient maybe is smart for me.
Yeah, well, it's really awesome that you recognize that about yourself, and you're willing to take the steps to do what's going to work best for you, be best for you, and best for your baby. Does your family live around here? Or
they live in Cheyenne, yeah, so just, it's like, you know, a couple bus stops over. It's not terribly far, but I live in an apartment on my own right now, so I also, like, since I said I either have to take the bus or walk to work, so I usually, I don't know, I needed to be closer to the city. They lived in the suburbs of Cheyenne, so I didn't have a car, so it made it really hard.
Yeah,
once
no,
I
I
got
totally
kicked out.
understand. Would maybe involving them in your therapy, would that be something you'd be willing to do at some point, or do you think you would rather focus on yourself for now?
I think probably myself. I feel like if anything, I would maybe try to reach out to my sister after I was done, but I don't think that they really want to hear from me if I'm not clean and not like steadily clean, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. We definitely deal with a lot of families
Yeah.
here, so that's something that we can work with you if you wanted to reach out to your sister, maybe have her come in for a therapy session with you, maybe show your family that you're working towards, sobriety, because having a support system is definitely very important when you're recovering from addiction and
Yeah.
working towards that. So that's something that we can definitely look into for you. And what did you say that your drug of choice was again?
Heroin.
Heroin. Okay. So that is definitely one that we highly suggest inpatient, just because, as I'm sure that you're familiar with, withdrawals from that can be
Yeah.
a little bit dangerous even, so we like to be able to keep an eye on you. Even if we did decide to do outpatient, we would require you to be in-house, at least for the initial process of that, so.
Okay.
Alright. Do you have any questions for me about anything else?
So you said that I would be meeting with the therapist.
Yes.
Like, would it be someone different, or would it be possible that like I meet with the same person each week, or how does that, like, would I be meeting with you?
So I am actually, I'm a case manager, so I am not able to do therapy. You would meet with me regularly to go over, just different basic things. As far as therapy goes, we would pair you up with a therapist. It would be the same person every week or, every
Okay.
meeting that you'd meet with. We do also do a lot of group work, so that would have the same facilitator and be the same peers with you in that group. Of course, it would change as people graduate and
Yeah.
newcomers come in, but the facilitator would remain the same. We
Okay.
find that a lot of time that helps clients, build a lot of trust, and it's a lot easier for people to open up and work on the things that they need to work on if they can have that kind of relationship with their therapist. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the only other question I had.
Okay.
So,
Were there any specific things that you needed our help with aside from maybe looking into like different options for adoption? Were there any other things that you wanted to work on with us?
I feel like that's kind of an overwhelming question. I feel like right now I need to do sort of like one thing at a time, but I think in the future, yes, and definitely ask me that again in the future too, because I
Okay.
think, for example, like even just employment and different things, there's definitely the potential that help is good. It's just hard to accept help sometimes. So yes,
Yeah.
definitely ask me that as I get further along with things and progress. So one step at a
Okay.
time.
Yeah, no, we can do that for you for sure. Um, we have a lot of great information. Um, so as of right now, I have that we're gonna, work on getting you in touch with someone that can help you go over your options for adoption. I can get you in touch right after this meeting with someone who can go over the financial aspect of it with you. They'll be able to give you a better idea of like what your insurance will cover, what you need to cover. We do also do payment plans with people, so I know it can be a little overwhelming sometimes to have to come up with that, especially if you've never navigated that before. But that's something that we can work with you on.
Okay.
Um, you know, we want to help you as much as you want help, so we try and make that work as much as we possibly can.
Okay.
Um, so we'll look at possibly contacting your sister at some point along in your treatment process, maybe getting her in here and trying to work on maybe having some family support. And as you get a little more settled in and a little more into the groove of your treatment, we can maybe look at different job opportunities, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank
Okay.
you for all the help
Yeah,
and for
of
meeting with
course.
me.
Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you. Well, welcome. I'm glad we could get that figured out, and I look forward to seeing you again. Got it? Okay.
Hollywood. Going to Hollywood.